So what we are going to be doing today, we are going to make the power system a little bit more robust. It's uh, it's not going to work long term, especially with some of the things I'm going to be putting in. Plus, I'd like to kind of get all of these incubators powered up as well. So that's something that we're going to address this session. So we're going to have to, we're going to have to make this a bit more robust. We'll be essentially tripling the output of the power here and running some cables up through the base so we can have multiple different power systems. What else did we do last time? We put in decent bathrooms. We now have a fully functioning plumbing network. So fresh, clean water is being pumped around the base of the bathrooms. The nasty polluted water is getting dumped out into this little reservoir. It gets cleaned through our chlorine room system. Again, this will need to be updated soonish. In fact, it's going to have to get a lot larger because we're going to have to deal with some slime in the non too distant future. First and foremost, though, we're going to go up here to the cold biome and get a couple of things done there. Where are the? In fact, you know what? Slime lung there. I mean, there's a lot of it there, and I am going to want to build in this space. So yeah, this is the area that we're going to have to deal with. Lots of polluted oxygen, so lots of slime lungs. So we're going to have to throw in a bunch of deodorizers, and before we can do that, of course, we need to get the power system up and running. We need to put showers in at some point this session as well, so that's another thing. We'll move the rock crusher elsewhere so that all of the kind of industries down here in this heavily carbonated area. We are slowly pumping out this water as well. So lots to do, lots to do. Right, let's just kick it off then. Let's see how much stuff has everybody got to do. Nobody idle, so they've obviously got some stuff to be getting on with. One thing I'm going to want to do pretty quickly though is to expand this chlorine room. So let's throw in a few tasks over here. So I think maybe if I extend it out to about there, it's probably going to be too much, but I would I'd rather it be too large now and we've got to overfill it with chlorine than for it to be too small and then I've got to mess around with that. Okay, let's get a little bit of laddering in there. We are, of course, going to have to then dig all this out. This water is almost dealt with now. In fact, we can probably set some of this to be mopped. Or at least we could if they could reach it. So let's fix that very quickly. Okay, cool. We're also going to want this hydrogen going up in this area at some point. So we will kind of release what's in here out into the base. The hydrogen will float up to the top. Chlorine, some of it will escape, but that will mostly float down to the bottom and just sit atop the carbon dioxide. Could really do with these algae terrariums being a little bit lower because I mean they've still got carbon dioxide to eat there, but really this is really dense, so they'd be better placed down here. Of course, that does mean that they've got to travel further to go and put algae and water in them. So I think that's something we might just have to do. Right, let's have a look. What do we have here? I don't really want to bring in another dupe at the moment. I'm quite happy with the amount that we've got. I don't want water either, so let's just reject all of that. Food is going well. Could also do with expanding the hatch nursery as well. So again, not quite sure where I'm going to do that. Probably over here, but TBD. Let's get a bit of a ladder going up here so that they can start to mine out some of this algae. Now, yeah, we're gonna want to change this now. So I'm gonna say that everybody can go through this door because Hex was the only one that was allowed through, which is why this is super slow. So let's try and fix that problem. We are gonna want. How am I gonna do this? Actually, very good question. We are going to pump. We're going to need to pump more oxygen. Sorry, more chlorine into the chlorine room once it's expanded. So start thinking about that now. And the way we're going to do it is something like this. We'll dig those two out, and then we'll put in a mechanized airlock. Oop, wrong button. Oh, flip that on its side, and then they'll dig into there without too much of the chlorine, seeping out. Hopefully, well, once this ladder has been built, we'll make that super high priority. I'm gonna have to put a tile back in for the one that just got destroyed. I don't want it seeping down into this airlock. Oh well, aren't you fools? Got yourself locked in. Come on, build it, please. There we go. And what we're going to want to do in here is somehow hook it up to this gas filter system. In fact, no, because all of this, none of this rather, is going to be. Let's just cancel out or deconstruct some of those ladders, and let's relocate the ladder actually. Because what I'm going to want to do is put a gas filter, gas pump into that corner. Once everything's built in here, I'll just seal this room up, make it a vacuum, and then I'll destroy this wall so that the chlorine can go across. Right, slowly getting there. And as you can see, they are coming across to do some of this digging up into the ice biome. Temperature is something that we really need to start working on today. We've got some nice cool areas, but like I really want to get this kind of walled off with insulated tiles as quick as possible. Also, oh, I found out a cool little trick how you can figure out what the what type of geyser we have. You set an alert on that, and then have a look over there. It tells you it's an iron volcano. That could be really awesome. Not quite sure how I'm going to use it, but it could be very, very useful. Anywho, let's remove that priority so that we haven't got the base going nuts. Okay. Nobody's idle. Everybody's got plenty to do. Again, power is one thing that we're going to fix real soon because yeah, this isn't going to be efficient. Try and get this area kind of sorted out first though. So let's go with ventilation. Let's go gas pump. Pop that in there. And oh, sweet, it's already, because of this one here, it's already linked into the system. So should be nice and easy. We just connect it up like that. Good. Also need to just make sure that powered as well. So again, just use that. I'm going to leave this gas pump here because there may come a time when, especially when we start digging up through here, all of this chlorine might start sinking down and might be able to try and like snatch it up and throw it into the chlorine room. TBD, not sure. Okay. I'm going to do this actually. I want to destroy that pinch of pepper nut. Oh, in fact, that's one thing that I've not done. Let's make sure that they are harvesting, that they can harvest. I'll just set all of that to harvestable. We will need pinch of pepper nuts coming into the base sooner or later. Got lots of reed thistles here, which Thimble reed harvest ready. So there's 6 fibers there. There's another 6 fibers there, and 6 there. Yeah, so lots of fibers that we can go and collect, and I'll be going to do that pretty soon. So I think that is all done in there. Let's just check. So ventilation. Yep, that's hooked up. The power. Yep, that's hooked up. Oh, but not to there. So what I'll need to do then is I just cancel that bit of wire first. I don't want both of these being powered up. I just want this one being powered up. Then we can throw in some wire to reconnect this, and we need to insulate this room. Well, not insulate it, but yeah, seal it up. Don't somebody get trapped in there like an idiot. Okay, making progress. How many critters do we have in here now? 7. So nearly a full room. Once it gets to 9, the unlucky 9th is destined to become barbecue. So let's just check that we have got barbecue on forever. We have bristleberries on forever. Consumables. Have I set all of this up? At some point, I will get them to stop eating meal lice, and we'll redo the farm a little bit because we'll stop growing it. But we don't want them to be eating. We want them to be eating gristleberries rather than eating. Fortunately placed. Can't actually see the name of it. I'm pretty sure that's what it is though. Yeah, so those will be bristleberries. We want them to into gristleberries, so we want everybody to stop eating them. No, those are much. Hold on. Let's have a look at the menu. Grilled bud of a bristleberry. So make that bristleberries. Those are muck roots. So yeah, I've no need to turn that off. Yeah, that's the one that I turned off. So it was all done correct. Doubting myself for no reason. Right, where are we up to over here? So everything is kind of ready and set up to start cleaning out this room. So let's power up the ventilation. That was potentially the wrong one. Hold on. Power. Got a feeling that there is an unconnected circuit here somewhere. No, they are powered on. That one's running. Probably disabled these, haven't I? Yeah. Enable and enable. That's just going round. Nothing's getting out. We just need to wait for all of the food to lose its food. All of the food. We need to wait for all the food poisoning to disappear. Let's have a quick look at this. What power system is this on? It's affected by this switch. So yeah, I want to toggle this switch so that it's not pumping new water into this. That's that stopped. And then we just have to wait for all those food poisoning germs to disappear. Nearly there, done. Just check all of the different reservoirs. Yep, they all seem to be free of germs, so we can dump this water into our reservoir. Out you go. Ooh, that reservoir is again already rather full. This was another project that we were doing as well. We were going to expand the water reservoir, so we might want it to go out a little bit further. Got to be mindful of slime lung. Yeah, like if I build a wall there, that will do it. And I mean, that's only like 3 tile expansion. It's not really worth it. Yeah, it is what it is. So let's get all of this debris swept up from along here. How's our ice doing? Ice is still solid. Let's check the temperature then. Yeah, it's doing a reasonable job of cooling things down. So 21 there, 22, 24. So yeah, it's doing a job. It's not necessarily doing a particularly good job, which is why we want to get over into this ice biome. And as we can see, they have dug their way to it now. We've got a couple of Wheezeworts there, so we'll absolutely be making a beeline for them. But more than anything, it's this ice that we want. Well, first of all, let's make sure that now that they have access to all of these things, that they're all getting harvested. That means we can probably put frost buns on the menu as well now then. Got sleet wheat coming in. Have a look. Frost buns. Make forever. Done. I'd kind of like to avoid digging out that pinch pepper, so just have to get a little bit creative here. Let's go with that up like that, and then we'll dig that one out through here. And I want to try and avoid digging up that sleet wheat, so I have to this way. Cancel that. And we will have to dig this and dig that. Cool. That should all be accessible now, so they will start going ahead and doing that. Need to wait until this room here is a vacuum, get all of that hydrogen dumped out into the base. Where is it dumping out? Can't see. Oh, there. That's the vent. Almost done. Just going to take a little while for a vacuum. They can't quite get over there, so let's dig those out as well. Just double check. Got to be very careful with this ice because if it does melt while it's in that container, I think like, well, if we look at this one here, there's 1,000 kilograms of water in this one square alone. If we look at the ice, let's move my overlay. Oh, don't know what happened there. My overlay out the way so I can read it. No, not the liquid pipe. We want to look at ice. Oh no, I just accidentally dropped it into the water. Ooh, let's make that high priority to fix that. Not what I intended to do. 4,000 kilograms of ice. Now that ice, when it melts, will produce a lot of water, which could mean that, especially with this very, very small reservoir, it'll start leaking out into the base, and that would be horrific. We need to expand this reservoir. I mean, we can do it right now. In fact, let's yeah. Why not? Just need normal tiles for this side. Right. Oh, in fact, you know what? No. I just moved that switch somewhere else. Just on its own, feeding these things over here. Interesting. How do we want to approach this? Do you know what? Let's keep things simple. Let's just do exactly what I was planning to do in the first place. I was thinking about moving the wall over by one. It'd be nice and in line with this, but it's just going to create too much faff. Don't like faffing. Ooh, all this chlorine liquid. Never seen liquid chlorine before. Hey, we've got 2 Wheezeworts now. Where do we need cooling most of all in our base? Probably going to be down here. Yeah, definitely down here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll just pop 2 planters. Plant boxes. I'm just going to stick. Oh, actually, no. Let's put them there and there. Just cancel those ones. I want them spaced out because there's no point like super cooling this one area when they can both do a good job of cooling the general area down. Split up a little bit. So let's get those 2 planters built in, and as soon as they're able, get them to plant the Wheezeworts. There's a 3rd one up there as well, and a 4th one there. Very nice. Do want them to have access to this sleet wheat as well. So do you know what? Let's do a ladder down like that, and then tell them to start digging through Wheezewort and uproot it. And that means also have access. That's already done. Good. Make that accessible as well and dig our way to it again. So if we do it like that, that should work. Might have to put in a little ladder there or something, but anti-entropy thermo nullifier. There's obviously some kind of machine here. No clue what it does, but good to know. Let's also build that ladder upwards so that they can go and uproot that one. And that will, of course, mean that all of these are going to be accessible as well. So we'll set those to auto harvest. Uh-oh. They were carrying the ice and it melted in their hands. Bah. Right, let's yellow alert this bad boy. Don't want this ice completely ruining the base. I imagine that there's going to be a pool that we've got to we're going to have to pump out some way because I don't think they. Oh no, they can sweep it all. Oh, thank the Lord. Oh, a bit more in there as well. Let's yellow alert that bad boy. Oh no, not yellow alert. It is an awful long way for them to trek this ice across, especially if they don't do it quickly. Just check that that's not started pumping out yet. They've not started building that yet. But then all of these tasks up here are arguably more important. Do you know what though? These absolutely are very important. So let's boost their priority up to 9. Get them built. How's the old hatch farm doing now? We have still 7 critters. Okay, those planters are done, and we're going to want Wheezeworts. Plant copy setting done. So a bit of extra cooling down here so that the power plant, especially when I do extend it, very, very soon isn't as big an issue. So how are we going to do the power plant? Let's start planning it out now. Now, I know I want another coal generator there, which means the batteries are going to move down a layer, and then we'll have a third coal generator lower level. So, dead center is just off the line. Ah, well, never mind. Right, so we're going to want power coal generators. We'll put one in there, one in there, and another one will go there. Is it there? Yeah, there. And then we'll put some batteries. So we'll just relocate the smart batteries. Have them right on the ends. And we're going to also, just as a bit of overflow as well, throw in a little bit excess battery storage there. Good. So I'm going to wait for those to build before I rip out the batteries, because otherwise the whole base is going to go down and leave me completely screwed. Wheezeworts, sorry, I missed your comments there. Wow, bro, get to cycle 78. Master, please teach me how to deal with max gas pressure. Not a problem that I've actually had to deal with before. Well, okay, first things first, keep an eye on things. Make sure it doesn't get to that point. If I'd have carried on pumping chlorine into this room, it would have been max pressure, and it would have like blown up gas pipes, or yeah, it would have wreaked havoc on this room and destroyed a bunch of stuff. So best form of prevention, best way to address it is prevention. Don't let it get to that stage. But how do you deal with it if that does happen? Well, I would argue that losing all the gas out, like let's use the chlorine room as an example for this. I would argue that it's better for us to have to pump gas back into this room rather than have to rebuild everything that's in this room. So just let it seep out into some part of the base, even if that causes you problems down the line. I'm pretty sure if we have a look down here, there is. Oh no, we've actually done a very good job of not letting chlorine seep into the base proper. But it's going to happen sooner or later. Even if it does, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's very manageable. It will go oxygen, then chlorine, then carbon dioxide, and polluted oxygen will go just below normal oxygen and above chlorine. So it will sink down to the bottom of the base. And as we can see, we're actually keeping it pretty tidy CO2 wise, and well, general in terms of gas. We've got lots of breathable up here. Just let the nasty gas that you don't want to seep down. Hydrogen acts in the opposite way. It will rise to the top and to the left. CO2 will go down to the bottom and to the right. So even though there is some hydrogen seeping through, I actually want that, because at some stage this is all getting dug out, and we're going to put in some farms, so that not farms, some hatcheries and stuff, so we can get Dracos, and we can shave the Dracos with their scales, and their scales can be used for plastics, so on and so forth. But the Dracos are a little bit of a pain. They need for their scales to grow, they need to be in hydrogen, which is why, as I say, I don't mind hydrogen seeping into the base, because it will go up into this area here, and that's exactly where we want it. And any excess hydrogen we will then also use to make a more robust power system. But that's a problem much later. We've got more ice melting on the way back. Not good. Everybody, full attention, please. Get it all cleaned up. You. Looks like somebody is on the way with the Wheezeworts. I did see seed is on the ground, like, yeah, there. The other one has been moved as well, which means it's not there yet. What is going on? Hey, there's one Wheezewort. It is going to take a little bit of time before it has a massive effect on the area, but let's have a quick look at what it's done immediately. So in the center of the room, it's like jumping up between like 40 and 43. Here, it's down to like 34, 35, but it will get even cooler and get even better. We'll return to this once we've seen where it's up to. Once it's had a bit of time to run, and we'll see how well it's dealt with the temperatures there. We have got 2 more Wheezeworts coming in as well. Is this the best way of cooling down the base? No, but it definitely helps, and every little helps at this stage. There's big things that we can do, but yeah, those are a ways down the road. So I've just brought in some algae there. As I said, I don't really want to bring in more dupes at the moment. I mean, food is less of a worry now. We're definitely on the right side of the food situation. That's polluted ice. Please tell me that they're not bringing polluted ice in here. Well, thankfully they haven't, but they could have done. That would have been awful. Put polluted water into our nice clean water basin. That could have been disastrous. Now, do we want all of this ice in the one bin? No, we kind of want it split out between multiple bins that are spaced out along this water basin. But considering I'm going to drop all the water down in here very soon anyway, let's just hold off on that thought. Let's do a little bit of prep. Probably should have thought about this before I hauled everything in, but live and learn. Live and learn. So the water's going to drip down there. In there. So if we put one bin there, one bin there, one more in here once that's been deconstructed. That should work. We do want all of this swept up so that nobody's got to run in there at a later stage. Go and do it. Oh, that was the mop, not the Hoover. Up a bunch of coal. How are we doing for coal? Let's have a quick. Let's see all coal. Vegetable, edible, filtration, industrial, liquefiable, liquids, metal ore, miscellaneous, organic, raw materials. Where are they? Seem to have completely lost where. Oh, yeah, just went right past it. So 22 tons of coal. So yeah, this system's not going to work forever. And you see, me linking up this system has meant that this logic is not working correctly anymore. That one, the logic on this one is still working, but the logic on this one doesn't seem to be. Or maybe it's just because it's running down so much it has to stay on constantly. I'm not quite sure one way or the other. Either way, we need to get that power situation sorted out. We can throw in that final storage bin. And I suppose may as well deconstruct these little bits of ladder, they're not needed. Let's just set a priority 7 on this stuff. Again, some sweeping. So this is going to be storing ice and snow. Oh yeah, that was another thing I meant to do as well. We don't want to put the polluted ice into our nice clean water. We want to put our polluted ice into some stinky germy water. So let's throw a bin in there. And if they do come across any solid pieces of polluted ice like that one, they can transfer it into this bin here in the dirty water pool, which makes sense.